Welcome, everyone, to famed Sanford Stadium between the hedges in Athens, Georgia, home to the Bulldogs and 90,000 of their closest friends. This is not a normal matchup. Two teams ranked in the top 10, colliding right here in the middle of the season, trying to make a strong statement, big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 6 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the winners of 6 straight, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start with the 25. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. They'll tackle him right at the 31.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Getting set. Here's second down. And the tailback's got it again. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
But great patience and acceleration to be able to pick up this first down by this back from Georgia. You think of Georgia backs, you think about Herschel Walker right away, right? Sonny Michel, Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, Noshawn Marino. I mean, the list goes on and on of great Georgia backs.
Here's a 1st and 10 play.
Yankee blue! Yankee blue!
Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. And it's incomplete and a very quick throw. Dogs come to the line in a hurry up. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Fires it to the wideout. Goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
But here it is, opening drive of the game. You're just trying to find that rhythm, run the ball, a couple passes, and this one backfires. Poor decision by the quarterback. That's 100% on him, and this defense now gives their own offense great field position here to get points on the board.
Listen to the crowd energy here in the early going. This is a tough environment for visitors. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches. But sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
Missed his receiver. It's incomplete. Third down play for this offense. And the quarterback's going to sneak it. Defense all over it. They stop him. I don't think he got it.
Well, I just thought that would be a foregone conclusion. Third down in inches, no problem. Quarterback sneak, first down. But no. The defensive line holds their point of attack and pushes him. It looked like no gain to me. It'll be fourth down in inches.
So no long field goal attempt. The offense is on the field to go for it on fourth down. The pocket breaking down. Finds his receiver. That's enough for the first down. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
BAT is good. They jump in front, 7-0. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. We'll see if this quarterback can shake off the interception he threw in the last possession. He'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Catch made on the out route. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray and more recently Jake Fromm and, of course, Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs. The Bulldogs come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. First down, looking to throw the football. And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. Can he take it all the way? Past the 50. At the 30 now. The 10. Touchdown, Texas. Wow, what a play. A defensive score. And a pick six. A monster play by this defense here, Kurt.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
And with the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive, a pick six. Can they recover from that right now? Bringing pressure. Down he goes, a sack. So from the 16-yard line, it's now second and long. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking to pass here on second down. And that's just thrown away. A pretty obvious intentional grounding call. Yeah, here's the marker. Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? The offense will take their first 10 out of the half to talk strategy here.
Timeout, Georgia.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up 4th down. The Dogs will come to the line looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. Tight end goes in motion.
Now show.
4th down, looking to throw for it. And he's going to launch it deep again. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here.
Boy, that was 4th and a mile. I'm surprised they even went for this. What in the world are they thinking? But give them all the credit in the world. They pick it up and keep the drive alive.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Breaks loose at the 40. Physical run, breaking tackles. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
There's nothing more that helps an offense than committing to that running game and popping an explosive run like this on the ground. Keeps the confidence of your offensive line up. Same with your back. It helps everything else that you're doing as an offense in your rhythm. Now you can come back with some counters, try to take some shots off of play action, and keep hammering away with that run game.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. A pop pass on the jet sweep. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee, and they bring the football to the 25-yard line. Texas offense comes back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Breaking free at the 35. Stopped out at the 39, but good enough for a 1st down.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good, too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
That's a solid gain to move the sticks as the 1st quarter clock winds down. So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a 1st down. Again, thrown out of the RPO, it is complete. Finally, they get him. A great tackle by the quarterback. Not easy with that size difference.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Here's a throw underneath to the tight end. And they pick up the 1st down to the 23, getting closer to the red zone.
Man, Chris, everything seems to be clicking for this offense. And if they can keep this up through all 4 quarters, it could get really ugly by the 4th.
They're going to run it here. They make the stop to get the ball carrier down.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run fit, holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
A quick throw out left, complete. Got space, looking to score. Touchdown, Longhorns. This offense is still clicking. That's the kind of execution that's built on the practice field. A very precise pitch and catch for a touchdown.
When we were out of practice, one thing that really stood out to me about this receiver was his ability to separate with his route running ability. You could see that right there on game day and how that shows up for a touchdown.
Georgia, 7.
And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. Powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking, moved right down the field for a touchdown. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Grab down the middle. It's Dixon. And uses his speed to pick up solid yardage. They bring him down, and the sophomore quarterback shows what a cannon he has.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
First down, looking to throw the ball. He's looking deep here. And the pass is dropped, incomplete with it. Had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Empty set now, 5 wide receivers. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Second down, they're going to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? Receiver in motion now. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Brought down at the 46. Good enough for a first down. And the Bulldogs will hustle to the line to crank the tempo. They'll run it from the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. They'll look to throw it here on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Dixon. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time. Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He flips it to the back across the middle. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play. Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. Linebackers making some adjustments now. And bulldozing his way through. Couldn't quite get there. Brought down at the 2. They'll have to hurry now. Second down with the clock ticking. On the ground, trying to muscle it across the line. They've got him again. Defense making it very tough down here on the goal line.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
No gain on second down. Can they punch it in here? Third and goal from the 2. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And he'll make it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia.
Chris, we're still early in this football game. We're in the second quarter. It's a critical touchdown to get their confidence to believe that they can come back and still win this game.
The extra point was good. Down by a touchdown, 21-14. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. The offense will start at the 25. The Longhorns offense takes the field. We have a shootout developing here. Each offense scoring a touchdown in their last possession. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Lofting it toward the left sideline. Deep shot ball is incomplete, but a lot of contact there, and here comes the penalty flag.
Man, playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield and you get a call.
Fired into a tight window and picked off. Not much on the return there, but the takeaway will give the offense the football at the 46.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for a deep completion. Downfield shot falls incomplete. Couldn't quite connect there.
A lot of times college football, the game comes down to just a play or two. And that's a missed opportunity by this offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to come back to that same play in the second half.
And he's back to throw again on second down. And now another deep ball here. And he is wide open for a huge gain. No stopping and takes it all the way. Touchdown, Dogs.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And he knocks through the PAT. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
One play moves the ball to the 44. It'll be first down. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Off target with the throw, incomplete.
It's now second down.
Now it's second down here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Makes a quick grab. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. Not much on the return, but the defense comes up with a takeaway.
Boy, this quarterback's got to regroup. That's his second interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. Could be the receiver running the wrong route. Balls sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. It'd be a surprise if they took a risk here with the final seconds of the first half, backed up near their own end zone. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Offense looking to throw the ball. Fires this one deep middle. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. They could not stop him. He's in. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
That's just great execution by this offense. The quarterback needs time on that post route. I'm impressed by this receiver. I didn't know if he'd be able to get clear on that post, but he does. Lined up on the right side. The quarterback and he have worked on this all week to be able to find that route and that timing. This time they hit it for a touchdown.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. So the offense looking to be efficient here. Not much time remaining before the end of the half. From the shotgun, handoff inside. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. Dogs will kick this away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bargava. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Takes the field. That wasn't alert enough. Didn't get the playoff. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. First down here for this offense. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
Quarterback wants to throw it on second down. And this time it's complete. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage here.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone beater? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
Finds that big tight end for a short pass. He's not going to get the first down. It's fourth down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
Here we go. The coach rolling the dice. 4th and 1 in his own territory. Looking to chuck it again. Lets it fly to the wideout. Can't connect in the long throw. Incomplete. A 4th down stop.
I think they're going to end up regretting going for this one, Chris. I wouldn't have gone for it. What's wrong with punting it away? And again, I get being aggressive, but you got to be smart on when to go for it and when to punt.
And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. Last possession, a one-play lightning strike with a big touchdown pass. Can the defense make adjustments here? They'll try the option play here. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
He's tackled at the 22. Brings up 2nd down.
Quick throw caught on the left side. Got a lane. Can he get in? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia. Well, no surprise from offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
PAT is good, so it's 35-21. Now they get set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. The last possession, they came up empty, went for it on 4th down in their end and got stopped. Pass not complete.
Well, I'm a big fan of the RPO, but it is a dangerous play for the quarterback. You got to make the right decision. On this play, it just seemed like he was a little hesitant, unsure, and it cost him here with an incompletion.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Third down. The offense desperately needs a conversion here, trailing in the 3rd quarter. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Receiver makes the grab, and the gain just good enough for a 1st down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
The Longhorns with 1st and 10 here. And the tight end goes in motion before the snap. They call the counter play here. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional. I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. The pass is caught, but they rule him out of bounds, so it's incomplete.
That ball just seemed to sail on him. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch in bounds, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. He's got it for a big gain. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
This is a big conversion by this offense. They're down now in the second half. Probably limited opportunities at this point in the game. Every chance you get your hands on the ball, you need points. They keep this drive alive right here.
Throws to the tight end. He's picked for a third time tonight. Tackle made on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 37 now.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half, and the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They take the field with serious momentum. They have been tough to stop so far. Can they keep it going? And the defense smothers him for no gain.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Important second down play coming up. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. Looking to pass here on second down. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end.
Just a good job of spreading the wealth, making sure everybody's getting their touches. When you do that, the defense can't lock in on one guy or two guys. Make them have to be aware of everybody. It allows you to continue to spread the ball around and spread the field, making it tougher for this defense.
An important third down attempt for this offense. Try and muscle for the first down. It'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, the defensive line does their job eating up those double teams, freeing up the backers to make the play.
The offense stays on the field. The coach is going to go for it on 4th and 2 in his own territory. From the shotgun, drops back. Finds his man, has the first down. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Taking a shot here. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Got it.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down.
Longer.
Quarterback adjusting now to the defense.
Dino. Griffin.
He's back to throw again on 2nd and 10. Caught over the middle. It's Moffitt. Finally brought down, but it's an explosive gain. Ball all the way to the 21. This is turning into a monster day for this quarterback, Kirk. His passing yards now up over 350.
Yeah, and it seems like this defense has tried everything. They're blitzing. They're sitting back in zone. They're trying to double coverage certain receivers. Everything that they...
Intercepted in the end zone. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
And the Longhorns offense takes the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. Finding space at the 20. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks. They trust the left side of that offensive line and come up with a huge play on the ground.
Yeah, your favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side, able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
And the pass falls incomplete. They tried to squeeze in a deep shot with time running down in the third quarter.
Georgia 35, Texas 21.
Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Another interception. Wow, that's his fourth tonight. Not much on the return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 41.
I just don't think there's anything else you can do as a play caller. You've got to be able to throw the ball downfield. You just got to hope that your quarterback and receivers can execute when the defense knows it's coming. Here, the interception cost them.
They'll keep it on the ground with the counter play. They get him down, but that's a solid game. The Dogs hustle to the line to run the hurry up.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
They try to run it with the option. Finding space at the 20. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
That's going to be a first down, and really, Chris, kind of surprised here in the fourth quarter not to see this defense dial up some pressure. They're just sitting back in the base, making it relatively easy for the offense to pick up a first down on the ground.
It's an option look. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4. Offense in hurry-up mode.
Brings up second down.
They'll run the option. Pitch to the back. Tackled way behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose 7 yards.
Well, that's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second- and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
So 2 losses in a row puts them in a tough spot. Third and very long. Quarterback drops back. He's got it near the end zone. And they stop him just short of the end zone. The offense set up with a first and goal now. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, this is situational football. This is really where the great coaches separate themselves, because in these kind of situations, this is where you want to be able to score and kill the clock. Some teams do it better than others, and that's primarily coaching and execution and preparation. It'll be interesting to see how this offense navigates this spot in the field.
They're going to run the option. He'll pitch it. And the defense is there to smother him. They were all over the option play that time.
Boy, these obvious running situations are very tough when you're working with the lead late in the game, because you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage, make it as difficult as possible for you to run the football. So nice job there by the defense. They're trying to punch that ball out, do anything they can at all to get the ball back.
Third down here. Time for perhaps one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And they will trot out the field goal team here. And a chance here to build the lead, make it a 3-score game in the final quarter. The field goal is good. And they add to their lead.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
Set for the kickoff here after adding to this big lead. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Okay, the Texas offense comes back out on the field. Well, this has been a disappointment. They've had their doors blown off here, just playing for pride at this point. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Lets it go as he's being hit. And that's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. Offense getting set. It's second down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. He's got a man down the middle. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big game. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. Looking to throw it on first down. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. Catch made down inside the 10. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal.
Hey, listen, this game isn't over yet. The defense can't get too comfortable with this lead, and I know the coach isn't content with giving up plays like that at any point.
Makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
Man, I love this. Chris, I don't think they're going to have a chance to come all the way back, but here we are, under 2 minutes to go, and they continue to show some fight. And then, you know what? Who knows? Maybe you cover an onside kick and you get right back in it.
And they tack on the extra point. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. This game is not over yet. We see how the offense plays it. They love to choose some clock here, but can't get too complacent. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between the quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually that's going to cost you.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pulls it in. It's Thomas. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Chris, another accurate throw by this quarterback, and this guy has just been on fire all game long. Over 200 yards passing, but more importantly, making great decisions for this offense and put them in a position to win this game.
And looking to throw now on first down. And it's intercepted, the last thing they could afford. Look out, he's got some space. Past the 10. Touchdown, Longhorns. And the defense joins the party with a pick 6.
I can appreciate the aggressive approach by this offense, but it backfires on them, and now you give the opponent a chance to really cut into the lead and come right back and have a chance to win this game.
Kicking team on now for the extra point. PHC is good. They still trail, though. I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. I believe they're going to line up here and go for the onside kick. And looks like the hands team were able to recover the football. possession here. This game just got tighter. 3-point game, final quarter. What will the play calling philosophy be here? They tackle him, but the game moves the ball to the 36.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. The Bulldogs enter the final minute here, expecting to just run the clock out. Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. So now from the 27, the offense faces a 3rd and short. How aggressive will they play it? Offense stops the clock with their second timeout to talk strategy. So let's see what the play caller likes here on 3rd and short from the plus 27. Can he make it to the marker? And they pick up the first out of the 23, getting closer to the red zone.
Boy, Chris, you cannot overstate how big of a conversion this was to be able to pick this up on the ground. Yeah, the offense still has the lead, but you can just feel the defense having all the momentum with the points they've been able to compile. And that run right there picks up a first down and can kind of settle things down a bit.
Second down coming up.
Second and long, but you'd expect another run here to try to bleed the clock. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Third down coming up.
Well, here we are, midpoint of the season, and this group is still marching along undefeated, chasing a perfect record, and getting a lot of attention, Kirk, at this point.
Well, they're as good as anybody we've seen all year long in college football. They are headed towards that college football playoff and a shot at a national championship. Now, the thing is, they just need to remain focused on each week that lies ahead of them. If they're able to do that, you've got a dangerous football team here.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.